Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dietrich, and I wanted to start this channel to showcase my journey and maybe help other people out, or maybe collaborate with other people that are in the same journey. My goal is to have $100,000 in revenue this year for my business. And for some of you, this might be nothing. And, it's not very hard to do. But for those that have never done it, I wanted to be here and basically make this video, make this journey on how I do it and build this community with other contractors, with other trades that are maybe looking to start their own business, that are maybe trying to do things on their own after work or on weekends. And the goal is to reach $100,000 in revenue. And after that, we're going to up it to, let's say, $100,000 in, instead of revenue, but $100,000 in profit, and how we get there. I will show you, on this channel, I will show you what it is that I do, how I'm planning to do it, and what tools I'm going to use. And for those that don't know me, I have vast experience in construction, so building as a carpenter. I've built a house and done renos. I've done basement remodels, all those sorts of things. And I've made mistakes and I've learned. So now my goal is to scale what I've learned and make it into a profitable business where other people can learn from that as well. I think the first thing that you would have to focus on is what is it that you're good at. So for example, in my space where I'm working at, I've looked at all the tools that I have. If I were to build garages, I would have to invest in more tools, which basically means more money. If I were to go into framing, I would have to invest in way bigger equipment because maybe I had to buy a telehandler or rent it, which is like a huge cost, and it's something that you don't want to do right at the beginning when you're starting out. If you have the money saved and you can buy those things, that equipment, that is great. But if you're just starting out, you're looking for something with minimal cost. So all the tools that I have, for example, I'm 100% set up to, let's say, frame out a basement and, sub out the drywall. I could hang the drywall, but sub out the mudding and taping and do all the finish work, the painting. I could do all of that. I'm 100% set up. And so that's what I've decided to focus on. So all my marketing, everything that I do is going to focus on that. I can build certain things as well because I have a planer, I have a Festool, I have a track saw, I got all the tools that I actually need in order to build something. Let's say build a fireplace mantle, or do all the baseboards, the casing, and customize certain wood projects. When it comes to tool usage, I will make another video on that. What tools you should buy, which tools you shouldn't buy. So please stay tuned, and if this is something that you could see, if you would subscribe to this channel and this is something that interests you as well, maybe you're in the same journey, or you are, maybe you've been there and you just have sympathy with other contractors and other trades, then please give this video a like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you are on the same journey or if you've been here before, and what you did actually to get to your goal. Because I find it's very, very important to set certain goals in life, in business, and everything. So what we're planning to do is I'm planning to be 100% transparent on everything that I do, or as much as I can without giving away everything. So I'm planning to be as transparent as I can. So $100,000 in revenue a year is not very hard. If you think about it, you have to break it down. Let's say $10,000 per month. That's even 120, right? So let's make it $8,000, which is 96. So let's say 9.5. But let's aim for $10,000 a month and in revenue. We also know that we have material costs. We also know that we have our tool usage, we have a truck, we have vehicle, expenses, all these expenses that add up, and we need to calculate all those things. We need to work on our profit margins. And the biggest reason I actually wanted to do this, to start this channel, is because I've made so many mistakes. Instead of writing a book, I'm just going to make some videos about all the mistakes that I have made. They've not made me very rich, but I've learned a lot. Let me just tell about one scenario about how ignorant I was when I started out. And if it can help anybody prevent making the same mistake, then this video is a win. So when I started out, I had no idea about, time, like how much time does it take? Some people say I'm time blind. If I think it takes a week, it takes 2 weeks. And that's something that I realized as well. I have to really work on that. So I started out with, doing fence repairs, doing small wood repairs here for a painting company. I quoted this one job, and I think I charged $35 per hour for myself, which is not even close to enough. Then plus material. I didn't even know all the material that existed. And it was a cedar repair job on a house. So I think I charged $350 to do that job. And it took me like 3 days. So material was probably $150. So I made no money on that. Gas, vehicle, all the expenses. I wasn't even set up the 100%. I had a small Honda Civic at that time, but I was starting out. And then I learned very, very quickly that, Dietrich, you're not making money. And it was right after COVID, so there was a short supply of cedar beveled siding, I think. And I had to wait a couple of months, but they wanted to get the job done so they could start painting. So what I did then, I just took a regular cedar board and I cut that down to exactly what I needed to be. Because I made my own cedar board, I made it work. And in hindsight, it was, thinking about it, it kind of, I would say hurts, but kind of, you realize that you still made it work even though you didn't make money. And it's very, very important as a business to make money. It's important to make money for yourself, to stay motivated, but also to have a profit in your business. I see so many contractors, they price jobs at way lower than they actually should. And what they do is they ask for a deposit, I guess, from the next job, and that's how they live. And then they always have to ask for a deposit for the next job, Which here in Calgary or in Canada, or I should say Alberta, it's illegal to ask for a deposit unless you're bonded. And most guys are not bonded, that just do work off Kijiji. So technically they could get sued, they could get in trouble for that. But that's one of the examples that I have where I charged not enough. And then finally, when I started charging more, then I bumped it up to, I think, 55, and I almost felt bad for myself. Almost felt bad for charging that much money. I thought that was ridiculous. Like, why would I charge that much money? I didn't think I was worth that much. Then I bumped it up to 65, then 85. And now that I have been in business now for, I don't know how many years, I realize more and more that you need to charge not just for yourself, you need to charge for your company. Because if you need tools, if they break, you need to buy them. And even though they come out of your pocket, but if you have no money left over from every job, you're going broke. So that is my biggest pet peeve. I hate to see other tradespeople undercutting each other. And if they are huge companies and they have lots of experience and they're able to do it faster, sure, there might be a science to that. But most guys are not there. They're just mom-pop shops out of the garage. And they do all these jobs for way cheaper, barely make a living, and have no profit left over. I guess max out the credit cards, go into debt, and it's just a spiral downwards. So how can we run a business without debt, without all the things that they try to sell you, and still make a profit? If you'd like to see more, please subscribe, like this video, and let me know where you're at the moment. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.